Alright, hang on, it's warm in here. We're turning AC on. There we go. What was with my voice crack there? What the heck? Hello, good morning. Good morning, how you doing? Hello. Hello. Howdy. Hello. Sorry to keep you guys waiting an extra minute. I was trying to fix my chat box. I don't know what's wrong with it. Well, actually, I have an idea. Cause the chat box, I currently have it hidden because it looks like this. And this is always what it looks like before I put in the new link, where it says like it's unavailable. Normally, then I'll pop in the new chat link for the new stream, and then it'll look the way it's supposed to. But today, it's not looking that way. It's staying like this. And I think it's because it's a member stream. Cause I recently changed a lot of my passwords on stuff. It might have logged me out of something. I think that's what the problem is, but I don't know how to fix that right now. So we're gonna be streaming without it today. Yeah. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Probably need to log into OBS. Nope, that's not what I think it is. It's kind of hard to describe, but with the chat box widget, which I don't want to like dwell on it too much, cause this is not me asking for tech advice, so I don't want to dwell on like tech advice, the topic too much. But when you first set up your chat box for like member streams, you have to like interact with a web page and like log into it. It's like hard to describe. You usually only have to do that once. But I don't know. I feel like I've changed my passwords before though, and that didn't happen before, so maybe that's not what it is. I don't know. That's my theory of what it is, but oh well. You know, if anything is gonna break for stream, this is not the worst thing that can be broken. We can still stream without it. Yeah, I tried the interactive button already. That's what I'm talking about. It's like, that's what I thought it was, and like, I had to set that up and log into that when I first unlocked member streams, which was not that long ago, a few months ago. I was afraid I wouldn't remember how to do it, but I think I do remember how to do it, but it's not working through that either, so I think it's something else. But that is fine, because I just want to have fun with followers. I don't want to linger on the tech advice topic, so please not, yeah, let's just yap and have a good time, and I'll figure it out later. We don't really have a lot of member streams anyway. I'm pretty sure this is a member stream problem. We have the Froggy, that's the important part. This is true, it could be a lot worse, it could be something else. Yeah. Besides, I am also asking a friend for advice about it. So, yeah. Let me update them real quick. Okay, there we go. Hello, Bubbles. Hello, how are you doing? Hello. How are you doing? How are you doing today? I'm doing pretty good. I woke up maybe like an hour and a half ago. I woke up a little bit later today than I normally do. I guess I just got extra sleep last night because I also went to bed earlier than I normally do, or at least earlier than I have been. Cause during those days at the convention, I was going to sleep pretty late. I thought it would like reset my sleep schedule. But I think being sick kind of reset it back into place where it was for the most part. It feels like it's been forever since one of these. I know. Yeah, we haven't had one for a little while. Yeah. It's been like a couple of weeks because of the last Monday. I think that was when I was still out of town, I think. Right. I think so, yeah. I made the thumbnails myself. Yeah, I don't like making thumbnails myself. I like making them on stream. It's much more entertaining. Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. I hope you all are doing well today. I'm doing okay today. I'm doing okay, I think. I'm slowly getting better. I'm still recovering from sick, so I'm not like 100% yet. I might like cough every now and then, but I'm getting there. I'm getting to that point now where my body's just kind of wanting to get rid of all the stuff, you know. So coughing and sneezing a lot. But I'm doing a lot better than I have been. So yeah, slowly getting there. I think it may be another couple of days. It'll be mostly gone. Maybe have like a cough that lingers for like 2 weeks. That's one of my, well, actually, I was gonna say it's one of my least favorite parts of sick, but honestly it's not. Like the worst of it is honestly the worst of it. You know, when you have like the irritated throat and stuff, and the butt pain for some reason, that was definitely a lot worse. I'll definitely take what I have now over there. Yeah, you sound a lot better too. Yeah, I feel a lot better. I'm really happy to be on the road to recovery. As the last time I streamed, like a couple of days makes a world of difference, I think, because the last time I streamed, like, it was like hard to talk for long periods. I mean, I should maybe be careful not to use up all my yap energy too soon. Because, you know, I am still sick, but I can talk a lot easier. And my throat is pretty much back to where it's supposed to be. Almost. Just a bit of tired. But yeah. Take all the time you need to recover. Thank you. Yeah, I was so tired this morning after I woke up. I was lying in bed feeling like, man, I gotta stream in an hour, but I don't really want to get out of bed to stream. I wish I could just lie here for like an extra 2 hours and just eat. But I also don't really want to sleep in. I like holding myself to my sleep schedule. So I like waking up early and I like going to bed early. I don't really want to disrupt that. So yeah, I got up and now I'm up. I'll probably just go to bed early tonight if I'm still tired by then. Yeah. I hope you guys are all doing okay too. I don't know how many of you guys might have went to the con, but if you got sick, I hope you're feeling better now too. Or at least like on the road to recovery like me. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, my friend's DMing me about the chat box. Maybe if we can get it fixed, we could just pop it in, but it's not a huge deal. Yeah. I thought I was getting sick, but I was fine. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah. I remember, like, the last time I had a cold, it actually wasn't that long ago. So I remember, not related to one of the trips I took. Or maybe it was on a Disney trip, I can't remember. No, I think my roommate caught something. Yeah, that's what it was. I think it was shortly after Disney, but my roommate had caught something, so then naturally I caught it too. And it was like super mild for both of us. Like we barely even felt it. Like I remember talking like, oh, I think I'm getting sick. Wait, I'm not sure. Wait, I think I am getting sick. Wait, I'm not sure. Because it was like one of the most mild sicknesses that I've had in a while, in a long time. And then it kind of just went away without getting bad. Yeah. 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 But this time it's like an actual illness and it's hitting me harder. I didn't go to con, but I had a scratchy throat for a few days too. It's going around, man. Yeah. Well, I thought it was funny is I know I was playing Mario Party with Skiddo the other day. And it was just on her channel, so if you want to go like watch that, you can watch that on her channel. Sorry. I'm probably gonna be coughing every now and then. I think it's better than yesterday though. I was hacking my lungs up yesterday. It was pretty bad. Okay, wait, I'm being given a link to try. Let's see if it works. Nope. No change. There we go. Yeah, Skinner was also sick, and I saw somebody in her chat being like, man, the con sickness going around. But I was just sitting there like, Skinner didn't go to the con though. The con sickness is going around so much that now people think every single sickness in the VTuber world is from the con. Yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. Hi, Rebbi. Hello, Notorious. Hello, hello, hello. Oh no, internet virus. It's spreading through our computers. Soon it will infect everybody in the world and take over everybody. Yeah. Sorry, my voice still sounds kind of bad, especially if I put like less energy into it. Like, it very easily goes into like a vocal fry, and it sounds like I'm doing vocal fry. So I put a bit more energy into it, then it doesn't sound so bad. But if I try to go into like a quieter voice, then it very easily starts to sound like that. I sound like a smoker. Not as bad as that stream though, where I sneezed and then my voice was all messed up. Oh my god, that was pretty heavy. I wasn't expecting that. But yeah, I was going to say something. I can't remember. Just give me 1 second. There we go. Yeah, I wasn't expecting one sneeze to turn you into a lifetime smoker. It really messed up my throat that day. I wasn't expecting that either. I was honestly surprised, but I was just happy that I managed to get my voice sounding normal again. Before someone talked to me, I was just like, oh no, if I have to unmute in Minecraft and I sound like this, Yeah, she cooking. I'm just messaging about the chat box. Yeah. Whenever you mention a tech issue to somebody who knows tech, then they're always like asking 10 million questions. So let's figure it out now. Tap. Question. But yeah. Although that's kind of me too when I want to fix something that I'm like really passionate about figuring out. Not fixing like a technical sense, but like if I have like something I need to figure out, I like to hyperanalyze it. I'll sit down and I'll hyperanalyze it. Yeah. Yeah, we can't figure it out right now. Okay. Probably we'll have it for the next stream, but we'll figure it out later. I was going to say something though. I don't know. I'm a little bit worried though, like today if I sneeze, my throat could do something similar though. Because I'm kind of in that gunky phase of sick. When I woke up this morning, I had to drink some water to clear my throat. Because I had just enough gunk in my throat that it made my voice sound like all like, you know, like dog husky, you know, like it wasn't gonna come out exactly right. So it sounded like all dark and husky and stuff, you know. Yeah. So there's a chance that that could happen. Yeah. Yeah, but you don't explode from sneezing too hard. That won't happen. Yeah, I always wondered though if you were to hold your eyes open while you sneeze, would something happen? Because you always instinctively close your eyes when you sneeze. Is that just instinctual and there's nothing else to it? What if you kept your eyes open and you sneezed? Would they pop out of your head? Yeah. It's kind of scary to think about. I was gonna originally say plug my nose when I sneeze, but I've done that before and nothing happens. It might feel a bit uncomfortable. I don't think it's good to do that, but there's been a couple times where, like, if I'm in a really, really quiet setting and I need to sneeze and I don't want to sneeze and have everybody like turn and look at me, then I'll just like plug my nose and it'll be like, you know, like, you know, like nobody hears it except me, or maybe people who are like really close to me, you know. Yeah. If you keep them open, you can view the future. Real and not fake. Wow! Wow, crazy. That's the kind of ability that I want to have. I think something like that would be way too overpowered. But I don't know. If you had an ability like that, you could make smarter decisions for your future. That'd be like an insane power to have. Imagine if you could look into the future of like every possible timeline that stands ahead of you based on what choices you make. Kind of like a choice-based game where you can see like the decision tree as you progress the story. And it's like, if you make this decision tomorrow, it'll lead you into these available paths. And then if you make this decision, it'll lead into these available paths. And then out of those options, if you chose that one, it'll lead you down 1 to 2 more things. And that'll just be for this specific thing. Only when you sneeze? No, I was thinking more in general, but I guess we were originally talking about if you sneezed and kept your eyes open. I feel like having a good condition is like necessary for a power like that. Because if you have a really, really, really overpowered superpower, what's to stop it from going haywire? What's the, not going haywire, but like what's to stop you from just using it all the time? You know, I feel like if you have a really overpowered superpower, you need some sort of handicap. Yeah, no. Apparently sneezing is one of the most aggressive things that can happen in the human body. I guess that depends on your definition of aggressive. I don't know. Because, you know, as a girl, I immediately started thinking of a few things that happen to my body sometimes that I would say are definitely more painful than a sneeze. But I guess a sneeze is more, like, aggressive in terms of, like, the force from a sneeze. So it kind of depends, I suppose. But that makes sense. How are you feeling? I'm feeling okay. Just kind of stuffed up and got a cough now. But I'm doing a lot better than I was. Yesterday I checked out like my old Dead Space playthrough. I was watching it while I was working on stuff. And I was like, man, this is super entertaining. I like didn't want to turn off my own VOD. I was just sitting there watching it. And I was listening to myself. And I was like, wow, this is really entertaining. Yeah, I don't. Is it weird to feel that way about your own stuff? I don't know. I'm honestly. I know some people might be like, "Wow, you way to like play yourself up and stuff and like bragging," but like, I think it's a good thing to feel that way about your stuff. I have some friends who like are like the opposite. And they always feel like their stuff's not good enough and that they're not good enough, and that every time they get rejected from an opportunity, they talk about how they're not good enough. And I just think like, man, it must be exhausting to feel that way all the time. It must be exhausting. I don't know how anyone can sit there and feel that way all the time. Not like like it's like a choice. I don't mean to make it sound like it's a choice or anything. But I guess I just feel really lucky that I feel more comfortable with my content. And I feel like I can see the good in it. I can see the quality in it. You know? I don't know. Does it sound too, like, what's the word? What's the word when you're patting yourself on the back a lot? I feel like there's a word for this, and I'm brain farting on it. I don't know. It was very fun to watch, can't confirm. Yeah, it was fun to play. I liked Dead Space a lot. That was a fun game. I had read somewhere that sneezing causes around 70% of your muscles to flex and contract, and in some particularly extreme cases can cause heart problems from the pressure in your chest. Well, alright then. Doesn't make me like terrified to sneeze or anything. Man, can you imagine being an old lady or an old man and then your cause of death was a sneeze? I'd be scared, honestly. That'd be kind of scary. Scary to think about. No, not bragging. Like, bragging is more like an action. I'm thinking of like an adjective. Like a way to describe, like a word. I don't think self-righteous is the word, but like a word like that, right? Like it's like an adjective to describe like how someone is speaking. I don't know. I can't think of what word it is. I think it's okay to enjoy your own content. Yeah. I don't know. I'm always like super paranoid when it comes to like talking about stuff like that, because I think it's very, very common in the VTuber scene for someone to misinterpret what you mean and make egotistical. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, like that. A word like that I think is closer to the word I was trying to figure out. When you talk very positively about your own content, and I feel like, man, I think I'm really entertaining. I can sit down and watch my own stream and like I will forget what I talked about. Like, I mean, I think this might be normal. Cause if you're a streamer, you're not gonna remember every single thing you've ever said and every single moment that's ever happened. And I am a very forgetful person. So like, I feel like it's more likely for me to forget things like that. But like, I will forget what the subject matter was. I'll forget like what we were talking about, what we were doing, and then I can go back and watch my stream and like obviously I don't like completely blanket forget what happened, right? Like there's stuff I remember and I'll be like, oh yeah, I remember this part. Yeah, like as I'm watching it I am remembering, but it's like you know, it doesn't feel like reliving the last 5 minutes, right? Where you can imagine it in picture perfect detail, right? Or I mean, I don't even think I can do that with picture perfect detail over 5 minutes. But like that's just trying to get like a picture in your head. It doesn't feel like that, right? Where something just happened and like you know you can recall it in detail. It's more like something you've long forgotten about and you're like watching like an old videotape of something that happened to you maybe like 5 years ago or 10 years ago, and you're like, oh yeah, I kind of remember this, but you might not remember all the exact details. That's kind of what it feels like. When I sit down and watch like a VOD from like a week ago, a month ago, you know, and so I'll forget what I was talking about and stuff, so I can sit down and watch it, and it feels like I'm like slowly remembering, but also, you know, it's like entertaining in that way. You know, it's entertaining in that way. And personally, I just think it's fun to watch. You know, I feel happy about it though, because I feel like I had to work to that point. Because I remember like a long time ago when I first started my creator journey, if I would watch myself back, I remember I used to think I was boring. I used to think I was boring and cringy. So, I think if I watch that old stuff now, I would still think it's boring and cringy. I had to work on that stuff a lot. I worked on it a lot. And now I'm to a much better point where, you know, I feel a lot better about it. Yeah, does that make sense? But anyway, Rebbi, you were so good in Skinner's concert, love. And I was like that. Yeah, the concert! The concert! That was so fun. Yeah, I'm happy that my recording sounded okay too. Because I remember when I finally got that recording, my voice was really tired. That very commonly happens with me. When I need to sit down and record a song, because it always takes me multiple takes to get the song. So most of the time when I finally get a take, and this is like for covers, for concerts, for recordings, whatever, my voice is usually tired by the time I get it. So I was thinking like, oh man, it's probably not gonna sound that great because like my voice was tired. But then I was listening to it and I was like, oh, you know, this actually sounds pretty good. You know, it's not perfect or anything. I don't think any recording of mine comes out perfect. If I'm singing a song, I don't think any of them come out perfect. I can listen to my covers back and I'll be like, okay, I can hear here where like I sort of got this note a little off. Or maybe I sort of slightly pronounced this a little off. But like for the most part, it's pretty good. And pretty good is, you know, it's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with pretty good. So I'm not a very heavily practiced singer. I'm self-taught. I pretty much just started learning seriously how to sing when I was accepted into Pixelink in my past life. In ancient times. So, yeah, I don't have like a ton of experience, so like getting like pretty good is in my book pretty good. I'll take it, you know, yeah. 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 Sneeze so hard someone else dies. The sneeze they told you not to worry about. Huh? How would that even work? I've always heard that when it comes to content creation, make the kind of stuff you'd want to watch. Yeah, honestly, that's true. Because that's the stuff you'll have an interest in, and that's the stuff that, because you're interested in it, you'll have fun making it, maybe? Well, maybe. It kind of depends, because, there are things that maybe I like watching, but I don't know if I'd like making it. But having an interest in it is like a good starting point. Because if you're not passionate about something, it's really hard to give it your all. It's really hard to stick with it long term. You'll get bored of it and tired of it, you know? Yeah. Did you create a journey for start as a hobby, or did you intend for it to be a career from the start? I always wanted it to be a career from the start, but whether or not I expected it to actually happen, I've always tried to keep my expectations tempered. My personal motto for stuff like that is like, prepare for the worst, right? Like, you know, have reasonable expectations as like your foundation, right? At the very bottom, supporting everything else, the foundation of everything you're doing is reasonable expectations. You may or may not achieve what you're wanting to do, right? And you're setting that expectation for yourself. You know, you don't want to get your hopes up for something that might not happen, especially when it comes to content creation, and especially if it's in a overly saturated niche. But on top of that foundation, as long as you're nice and grounded emotionally and you got your expectations set, then you can have your hopes on top of it. Prepare for the worst, but hope for the best. That's kind of how I handle stuff like that. So, for me, I feel like I'm in a very unique position because usually when I would describe to my friends how I feel about content creation, they'd be like, wow, that's, wow, like, I wish I could get myself to feel like that. Because for me, like, I have such a passion for content creation and wanting to be like a full-time VTuber and stuff, that even as I faced like streams with little to no viewers and trying for opportunities but not getting accepted, applying for things but not getting a email back or a response back, you know, like little things like that, they can sting in the moment, but if you let that moment define your entire path, then like you're never going to get to move forward. You know, you have to keep trying. And I think that applies to anything you want to do. It doesn't have to be content creation. For me, I wanted to make it work. So no matter what happened, I would always take it, and I would take the rejection and then consider it. I would always analyze my own content and be like, okay, what do I think could be better? I'll watch my own content back. What do I think could be better? I might look at creators that I really look up to. What do I like about their content? Is there something here I can learn from? Not in the sense of copying them, but it's okay to take pieces that you really resonate with, and you can maybe express in your own way in your own content. Because I think when people come into the content creator field, you really, I think to really thrive as a creator, you want to have some confidence there in the way that you hold yourself, right? Because I feel like when a lot of people come into the content sphere, unless they're already someone with a boisterous personality, think like maybe like that one friend who's always cracking jokes, you know, they're like the jokester, the comedy man of the group. They might already have a personality built up like that, right? And they don't need to work on it so much. But for me, I came from a very sheltered household where being myself was kind of discouraged, and I was expected to be normal. So when I first came into the online sphere as a content creator, I very much had to break out of my shell. I did not know how to do that. That's why I felt like I was really, really boring. I did not know how to be funny. I did not really know how to be charismatic. I didn't know who I was as a person, honestly. Like I had an idea of that in my head, but when it came to showcasing it and really exploring what parts of me there really were, it was definitely a process. But I do think, in my case, it might be a bit more of an extreme example because of the way that I grew up, but I think that might be a similar thing for a lot of people getting into content creation. Because, like, most people, you know, like, the online sphere is very different from IRL life, right? Right? Like, if you try to be, like, super boisterous, loud, whatever, in public, not necessarily that it's a bad thing, but people might, like, kind of, like, look over, like, what's going on? You know, it stands out a lot. And I think a lot of people are kind of uncomfortable with that sort of attention IRL, right? And it's easier when you're a VTuber, or maybe you don't even have to be a VTuber. If you're just like in your online space, I think it's easier to grow more comfortable within that space than it is to be like out in the world in a public setting and here's everyone around you. So I think a lot of people, when they come into the space, they have to kind of do what I did and learn like what kind of person they want to be as a creator and stuff. Sorry, I'm going on a tangent. If you get me on creator tangents, I'll go on forever. I'll just keep yapping and yapping and yapping and yapping and yapping and yapping and yapping forever. Yeah, without passion, it crushes the soul. Even in general, doing regular stuff, having fun doing chores instead of seeing them as a bore. Yeah. No, that's true. That's true, honestly. I can say anytime I chose to do a chore of my own volition and was like doing it while listening to music and just loving the productive feeling was absolutely infinitely always more better feeling than when I was told to do something and could not say no and had to do it. Like, you know, I mean, that's also kind of just a bit of like a whether I'm consenting to myself or not thing, but that's the first thing that came to my mind is like, I can relate to that. I can relate to that. Yeah. I'm very far away, be very proud of you. Thank you. I'm very proud of myself too. Yeah, sorry, your original question. Your original question, is that, whether I started it wanting it to be as a hobby or if I intended for it to be a career. I always intended for it to be a career, but like you can't like just expect that to happen. It depends on how you handle yourself and what you do and the choices you make. I do think a lot of the success I have right now, I might not have had if I didn't get to be in an agency, just because that helped a lot of you guys find me. You know, simply just a lot of people who support me now just did not know that I was a thing before then. So like, it definitely helped. And I know some people will be like, well, you only got that support because of an agency, it wasn't you. But I would argue that it is you, because you made the active choice to try to pursue this opportunity. It's like applying for anything else, you know? If you like apply for Gamersubs or something to get a Gamersubs cup, or literally any opportunity like that, you're choosing to make this choice. And you know, it may not always pan out, but if it does, that success came because you made that choice to pursue that. So there is obviously, you know, like, yeah, there is like assistance from an external source, but it also still fell on you to pursue that opportunity to begin with, right? It's kind of the same with anything else, really. If you're pursuing like a doctorate in medical or something, you know, I don't know why that's the first example I think of, you know, yeah. Yeah, but I also personally think that the way people pursue being a content creator is very, very different, depending on if you're truly just meaning for it to be a hobby or not. This might be a really hot take, and I'm totally fine dropping it because it's a member stream. It's not that it's like spicy. It's not controversial or anything. But I see VTubers like you know, like small VTubers on Twitter say all the time. Well, actually, I think I've seen some big VTubers say this too. Personally, I just disagree with this. I see people all the time say like, started as a hobby. And then if you like it as a hobby, you know, if it happens to go somewhere, you know, like, start it like a hobby, treat it like a hobby, you're just here having fun, and if it goes somewhere, it goes somewhere. No, I think that the chances of that happening for people is extremely slim, because I think if you want to turn something into a career, it takes a lot of conscious choices to really try to improve your content. Because I think if something is truly just a hobby and you're doing it for fun, you might not be too concerned about how it's perceived by the algorithm or by audiences and stuff. If it's truly just a hobby, I mean, maybe there's people who like, they just want to be like the absolute best at their hobby, and they'll take that like active pursuit of bettering their content anyway. But I think a lot of the people I've seen who will say like just start as a hobby, they'll just casually stream their games, and they I don't really know how to talk about this, because I don't want to say they don't actively chase like improving their content. I'm sure they do, but in my experience, doing something truly like really casually, which is like what a lot of people who do it as a hobby do, you know, you just kind of do it casually. You don't care what like about like, you know, things blowing up and stuff, right? You don't care necessarily about getting all the high numbers. This is just your hobby, right? But like, if you do want it to be a career, then you should care about like how things, like how the numbers come in, and you should care about like what are the trends going on right now, you know? Not that you have to be a trend chaser, but it's smart to be aware of what's popular, and it's smart to be aware of like how your content might be received, if it might do well with your other content. And that doesn't mean like getting caught up with like the numbers, right? Like you only care about numbers. No, you don't want to only care about numbers, because then you'll get burnt out. But you also don't want to completely ignore the numbers either, because like they do matter. They're not like the end all be all, like the number one. You know, like, you can't care about your community because you care about numbers, and it's not like that. But you do wanna care about it, you know? If you ignore it, then I wouldn't expect things to blow up, you know? I mean, things can still blow up. I don't know. I have some of that sick head fog, so I'm trying to like figure out like how to word this stuff, how to word my point here. But like, I just think the chances are a lot slimmer if you're truly just treating it like a hobby, at that point it kind of is just, does something randomly blow up? Whereas if you're actively conscious of what you're building and how you're building it, and like how you're managing your time, how you're allocating your time to your different projects and stuff, you know, it still depends on the choices you make, but you might be more aware of those choices and those opportunities when they arise. Because I would say doing something as a hobby and having it blow up is also the choices you make. If you chose to upload this specific video, that's why it blew up. You know, it wouldn't have blown up if you didn't upload it. But being more conscious of everything you're doing gives you like more room to have those, to see those opportunities when they pop up. You might be more aware of them, you know? Because if you're actively working with that part of yourself, like if you're actively working to be aware of numbers and stuff like that, then I feel like it kind of like just trains you to like, you know, you're being more conscious of the space and stuff. You're being more conscious of how you're managing things, who you're speaking to, networking. And then I don't know. Yeah. Does that make sense? I don't know. I feel like I always bore people with my content tangents. I don't often go on them anymore. Yeah, well, I also don't often go on them because, like, I would have a lot of people ask me for content advice in the past. A lot of people would ask me for content advice, in the past, and nobody ever takes it. I don't know why nobody ever takes it. Which, like, they don't have to take it. You don't have to take advice just because it's given to you. But man, it feels bad when it's like every single person who asks, cause I'll do the exact same thing to them. I'll type out paragraphs of information that I've picked up and things that I've learned and things from my experiences that I think would really help. At least keeping in mind, and maybe you can at least try putting into practice and seeing like how it works. And then people will be like, cool, and then they Thanos away into the wind and they continue doing exactly what they were doing and then complain 2 months later on Twitter about how they've not been able to grow at all and they just don't know what to do. And I'm just there like, yep. I mean, not that I'm like an all-knowing content god. I don't want it to sound like that, but just, you know, have you ever had somebody ask you multiple times how to do something and they never take your advice? It just kind of gets a little like, why are you still asking? Why are you still asking me? It's fine to ask, but you never take it. So like, why are you still asking me? I don't get it. So I've kind of just stopped answering those questions a lot of the time. I never realized how much work there is needed behind the scenes to start a VTubing career. Yeah, there's a lot of work. I think a lot of people don't realize that. I think a lot of people think, especially people outside the VTubing sphere, cause like there's a lot of people who see a VTuber and they're like, ew, what is that? Or like they just don't, maybe they can drop the ew, just what is that? Like they just don't understand what it is. Or they're like a normie that hates VTubing and hates anime and I don't know why they're even talking about it as much as they do because they hate it so much. But like, I think a lot of people think like, you get your model, you stream a game, and then that's it. But there's like a lot that goes into it, a lot that goes behind the scenes, and a lot that people don't realize is a thing. Yeah. As much as I love dancing as a hobby, I have no idea how to make it a career. I also heard dancers don't make a lot. Yeah, creative careers are hard to make. Creative pursuits are hard to make careers out of. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. They really are. I do think, well, I do think some of it is like, I don't think society really values art like it used to. I don't know. If you look at like architecture from like the 1800s, and then look at like modern architecture, you know, those buildings that are made of like stone and marble that have like these really beautiful like columns and like things like carved into the material, you know, and then you have a skyscraper, and then you have 10 million skyscrapers, and they all look the same, you know. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't say boring. I think it's super interesting to hear about. Really? I remember, I used to talk about it more early on in ancient times, and I had some people complain about it. So I was like, well, okay. I guess viewers aren't super interested in hearing about, like, the creator side of it. So yeah, that makes sense, and I kind of, like, stopped talking about it. I like hearing your insight. Really? Really? So I can literally yap about it for hours. In fact, it's been almost an hour now, and we haven't started the thumbnails. Yeah. Yeah. Which, I might have another stream that's happening. I'm not sure. I got invited to a collab, like last week, but figuring out if it's happening this week, it's supposed to be for Thursday. Figuring out if it's happening this week or not has been very slow progress. Maybe I should just, like, politely say, like, oh god, how do I word this politely? I don't want to make it sound like I'm rushing. Just, like, I just need to know if this is happening or not so I can, like, prepare. Because now it's this week. It's in, like, a couple of days, so I'm not even sure if it's happening or not. Maybe I'll just say, like, if this is happening this week, for sure, just let me know, because it's in a couple days now, and I need to prepare for it. We'll need to make, like, a thumbnail. I don't know if we are or not. I don't know, I'll probably skip that one, because I don't know yet, and make that one myself if I need to. Yeah. Yeah, knowing what people find fun is important. It's when people start obsessing over it to the minute detail, that's when it starts to ruin people's mental state in such awful ways. I do agree with that. I do agree. All the times people said, treat it like a hobby, with the intention of, like, don't obsess over it. I do agree with that. Well, not necessarily that you have to treat it like a hobby, but, like, you don't want to obsess over it. Because I have some friends who do obsess over it, where if they lose, like, 10 subscribers on YouTube, then they start thinking, like, I'm a failure. I'm the worst in the world. Like, 10 people unsubscribed, I was not entertaining enough to keep their attention. And it's just like, no. Yeah, is it a VSMP collab? I'm not gonna tell you, it's unannounced. No, because like I have 10 subscribers, that could be a bot purge on YouTube. That could be a bot purge. Happens a lot on Twitter, probably happens for YouTube too. It could be people clearing out their subscribers list. And yeah, maybe they didn't want to stay subscribed to you, but maybe they weren't really the most dedicated fan to begin with then. Who knows how much they even watched you then? Like, are you really losing something? At that point, you're kind of just losing one small tick on a number. It's not like you're losing an active viewer who is coming around and interacting with you, you know? Like, if at least that's how I see it. I don't know. I mean, I do know sometimes people are active viewers for a while and then choose to unsubscribe, but, like, you can't please everybody, you know? Like, sometimes people just move on, or sometimes maybe there's a change in your direction that you really want to take, and maybe people won't vibe with it, but, like, you gotta do what's best for you. So if that's what will make you happy, then, like, that's what you pursue. That's what you choose, you know? Yeah, the ebbs and flows of viewers. Yeah, it changes a lot, and you really don't want to get, like, all caught up on whether or not you lost 10 subscribers this week. Like, I can tell you, I do look at my subscriber count every now and then, just be like, okay, how we doing? That's about the same? Okay, cool. You know, I do not, when I look at my numbers, though, I don't look at every single number. I look at, like, okay, like right now. Here, I'll do it right now and tell you exactly how I look at my subscriber count when I look at it. So right now, I got 11,500. Cool. It's actually 11,593 about to hit 11,600. Cool. That's how I look at my numbers whenever I do check. I look at the big 100 number there. The 1,000 and the 100. That's what I look at. I don't look at the 10s and the 1s. I honestly don't even notice half the time when I lose a couple subscribers. So I'm not paying attention. That small number, put it out of your mind. It doesn't matter that much. What matters is that you're having fun with your content and that your core audience is happy and that you're doing what you want to do. And like, you know, yeah, still pay attention every now and then, but like if I paid attention to that big number, the whole number, and then you know, I don't know. There happened a couple times where I do happen to notice like, oh, a couple people unsubscribed, and it doesn't always feel great, but like if you let that stop what you're doing, you know, yeah, you don't want to let that bother you, because that's just how it is. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, going on tangents again. Yeah. If you're not watching every single stream and worshiping the streamer like a literal god, are you even a real fan? You say that as a joke, but I get so many apologies from people for being late to the stream that I honestly wonder if that's how Frobbles feel. Like if you miss a stream, like, I was 2 hours late to the stream, or I missed the stream entirely. Rebbi's gonna think I hate her. And then I'm over here like, nah, it's fine, man. You don't have to apologize. You really don't have to apologize for being late to a stream. When I say that, I mean it. You really don't have to apologize. It is okay. Like, I am not upset by it at all, you know? Honestly, I would say I'm not at most streams for the people I like. Like, if I say I like a VTuber, there's not a single VTuber at all whose streams I frequently catch, because I'm so busy myself, it is hard for me to catch people's streams. I don't know how people do it. If there are other VTubers who do it, I don't know how they manage. It's very hard. And I don't know how they do it. I really don't. But I guess coming from someone who hardly ever makes streams at all, seeing people be like, oh, I was late to a stream, I'm so sorry. I don't know, it always confused me a little bit. But it really is okay. Yeah. It's not okay, I need my serotonin fire, girl! Ah! I mean, I'm happy when you guys show up, but I also just want to let you know that it is okay. If you're late or if you miss a stream, you got stuff going on. I don't expect Frobbles to be there every time. Yeah. I apologize when I'm late. I'm just saying you don't have to. I'm just saying, you know. Okay, I got Krita open. We should probably actually start looking on now. Yeah, okay. It feels kind of weird not having chat though in the corner. The chat box is broken today for anyone who just came in. It looks like this today. Well, I mentioned it earlier. It always looks like this before I put the link in. But today, putting the link in is not fixing it. So it's like stuff like that. And I don't know why. So we're just streaming without it for today. There we go. There we go. Hopefully I'll have it fixed for the Mario Kart stream later in the week. Wait! I just realized, do I have a Mario Kart thumbnail that I haven't used? Didn't we make one at one point where I was like, we'll make a thumbnail for it, and then if I have time to have the stream this week, we will, but then I didn't? Do I already have a Mario Kart thumbnail? Do you guys remember that? I feel like I remember that happening. Where's my Mario Kart thumbnails in here? I'm looking at my thumbnail folder. Where are my Mario Kart thumbnails? I should probably clear out the old ancient times one. There's so many memories there though. I don't really want to get rid of them. Mario Kart. There's one here, but I think I did use this one. We've used this one, haven't we? This is the only one I have. I'm pretty sure we used this one. That does sound familiar. When I search up Mario Kart in my thumbnails though, this is the only one that pops up. I'm pretty sure I've used this one. I'm gonna go check my channel right now. Mario Kart. I'm looking. Yeah, I found it. 2 months ago. We did use that one. Huh. I don't know then. Okay. Cause I'm always thinking like, where can I avoid making a thumbnail? Actually, no, can't do that. Okay. Okay. But yeah, that was used. Yeah, I guess we'll make another one. I had a personal goal to make it to every stream, and only very recently have I missed a few. You don't have to make it to every stream! Especially, it's like, well, I don't often do gorilla streams, but sometimes I might do a gorilla stream. Where, if anyone doesn't know what a gorilla stream is, it's like just unplanned, just impromptu. You just decide to when you're free that day. It was not on the schedule, just impromptu. You know, impromptu stream. I don't often do those because I try to stick to what I scheduled. But, well, also I work on so much in the background that usually if I have some free days, I don't use all my days off chilling. A lot of the time off that I have, usually I'll allow myself like maybe one rest day. Like I'll take 3 days off on my schedule, but only one of those is really used to rest. The others are like, used to work on video projects and stuff. Yeah, I missed some streams this past month, been extremely busy with work now. I hope your work is going super well, you know? But yeah, you know, stuff just gets in the way. That's what I expect, you know? Like, that happens with me a lot too. There are some things that sometimes I even think I'm gonna make it to, and you just can't. Can't always make it to everything. It's okay. But yeah. There was something I was gonna say earlier before like the subject changed, and now I can't remember what it was. And now the subject changed. I hate that. Or sometimes that happens so much when I'm in like a group conversation, but it's weird when it happens in your own tangent. Okay, so let's take a look at what we need to make for this week. It's getting a little hard for me to yap. No, don't tell me I used to put my yap energy. Okay, so it looks like we need 4 thumbnails. 4 thumbnails. Yeah, 4 thumbnails. So for tomorrow, we have V-Alert Gen 2 debut watch along. And I think I can go ahead and throw that together on stream. Because all of the models and stuff have already been revealed. I don't think there was anything they provided to me that is like, you can't show this publicly. I don't know why it would be, because it was provided to me to use. So I think it's okay to use it. So, we can make a thumbnail for that. Then we have a Yap stream on American Day. And I was thinking, honestly, maybe I could have swapped up my days off around. Because I didn't want to play FNAF this week. I wanted to play FNAF this week so bad. But I decided to not do that because Friday is 4th of July. They just blow off fireworks. The big fireworks show is in the evening, but if you guys, for any non-American promos, while the big fireworks show is at night because that's when you can like see the fireworks, people will be setting off fireworks all day. People will be setting off fireworks the day before, which is why I'm not streaming then either. I think I'm just taking Wednesday off because I want to have Wednesday off. Well, actually, originally, I scheduled the VLR thing wrong. Originally, I gave myself Tuesday off because I'll very frequently take Tuesday off. But then it turns out, no, I got it wrong. Wednesday is not the day that's happening. It's happening on Tuesday. Yeah. Yeah. Did you ever get a hat with an arm on it? Like how you have one in ancient times? I actually do have one. I do have one. I was given one by a fan, and I think I totally forgot to use it for the last Mario Kart stream. Sorry, I'm wiping my nose. I might need to get some tissues at some point. Well, I felt so bad afterwards because I realized I forgot to use it. It was specifically given to me so I could use it for Mario Kart. But we can use it this time around. I'm really happy to have like another member stream planned for this week. You don't know. Who from VL or New Gen are you most looking forward to meeting? Oh, I don't know. I did get the chance to check out all of their Twitters. Actually, I don't think I'm subscribed to all their YouTubes. I need to go do that. But they all seem really cool so far. Yeah, I haven't had a lot of chance to go check out a lot of the stuff. I've seen some of it on my feed. And they seem pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah. But I don't know yet. I guess we're gonna see. This is gonna be the biggest watch along that I have ever done because this is for all of the talents. So this is gonna be like a 3-hour long watch along. Well, actually, longer because I scheduled my stream to start an hour in advance so we could like yap. So it's gonna be longer than that, but it shouldn't be too much longer. We'll probably yap for an hour, then it starts, and then we'll watch all of the streams, and then we'll end off. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah. In Canada, we celebrate our Independence Day on July 1st. There'll be fireworks all night and day tomorrow. Oh yeah, so you get it too. Yeah. Which, I'm gonna drop a hot take, and this might especially be a spicy take because I am American. But I think fireworks are overrated, and I don't know why so many people like them as much as they do. Oh, am I getting new suggestions on phone? Yeah, I should check my phone suggestions. So I went to my email. I went to my email to get like the thing. Where is it? Here we go. The email from Beeler. Let me grab the assets so we can make the first thumbnail. Let me see. Overlay graphic. I think this is the logo for their generation. And then there's a couple different things that we could do with that. There's a couple different graphics providers. I think I might already have the one that I thought about using for the thumbnail. Yeah. Okay, I think I already have it. Okay. So, never been big on fireworks either. No, it's just loud noises and explosions. Loud noises and explosions. And it scares all the wildlife. Animals don't know what the heck is going on. They're like, what's happening? Is it the end of the world? It's the end times. I thought this was happening back in 2012, but I guess it's happening now. Ah! And it's like, poor animals, they don't know what's going on. pretty explosions though. Nah, there's plenty of other things that are pretty that I can go look at. Yeah. Like, whenever I imagine Frobos popping, I never imagine it as a big explosion. I only ever imagine it as like a, you know, like real quiet, like a bubble pop. I think if a Frobble ever exploded that loudly, I would get scared. You know. Yeah. Our dogs are always scared of fireworks and it's horrible for birds. Yeah, I know, it scares everything. Let me take some water. It's getting hard for me to talk. I probably used up a lot of my yap energy in the first hour before we even started making them. Okay. Ooh. Why would you imagine Frobbles popping? Because Frobbles are very frequently very naughty, and sometimes a popping is necessary. But Frobbles have been very good recently, so I haven't really needed to pop any Frobbles. Okay, let me find a PNG of me. I still need to add that, like, just Frobble PNG to the PNG thing. I need to clean up the screenshot I got on it. I want it to be an excited photo. I am very excited to get to do a watch along. Maybe this one? Well, this one's not very excited, but this one's very cute. Except it does use my bangs, not bangs. It does use my braids, which cover a lot more. But I make it smaller. I was thinking I could put it in the middle here, which just doesn't look so bad. Although I don't know how it works as a thumbnail. Like there's enough space to put myself here, and I'm not really covering. Like you can see the girls enough. You know, covering a little bit, but like not too much, I would say. But as a thumbnail, no, I don't think it works very well as a thumbnail. So maybe we should do something else. Episode, thank you for the $2 soup, but morning, Rebbi, glad to see you. Doesn't, well, nah, yeah, I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. I'm slowly healing. It's a slow process, but every day that passes by, I'm better in some way. Every day that passes by. Let me take a look at their other assets. I do have their logo that's just like the logo itself. They did also provide like art of all the girls, which maybe we could use this one. Maybe this one will be easier to use. This is a really cute art, by the way. Really, really cute art. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. Okay, we have that. Okay. Let's add in that, and then let's also add in the logo. There we go. Isn't this super cute? Look, it's got all the girls in it. Yeah. I like the art. Yeah, I was like looking at it. I was like, what the heck? What the heck with the O? It's just it's the weight on the logo. I was like, what is happening? It's the weight on the logo blends into the same part of there. I was like, huh? That was funny. Yeah. Let me get my glove on. My drawing glove. My tablet and use my pen. Hi, Sonia. I hope you're feeling better today. I'm slowly feeling better. I'm also like considering how to bring up. There was something I was going to mention earlier, and I think I remember what it is. It's on the topic of like doing things that feel like they're right for you. I'm kind of nervous to talk about it, I guess. No, I'm not really sure how to talk about it. Is this working? Maybe this actually won't work so well. I was thinking I could put this on one side and then have me on the other. But it's kind of blocking. Maybe I should put myself in front and make it smaller. Okay, wait, hide the logo. Get the logo out of the way, because there's way too much happening here. The thing I don't like about this is like I want it to be taller so it uses up more of the white space here. But it's just really wide. If I make it bigger without stretching the proportions, then it gets even wider. Maybe we can move it over a little bit. No, like someone gets cut off either way though. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm not sure if the other way would have been better. It didn't look like a thumbnail though. It wasn't a very good thumbnail. I want the thumbnail to look good. I wanna do it justice. I suppose I could also. There is this one they gave me, and I was kind of hoping to do something less formulaic because a lot of people might use this asset since it was provided. But there is one more. There is one more here we could try using. This one, which is like the official. Official watch it all. Might be the way to do it. Yeah, this might be the way to do it. This is the cleanest one so far. Okay. Let me just make sure. Okay, there's no white on the bottom there. Perfect. Okay, I just want like a nice like color, maybe with a gradient in the back, and then it'll look really nice. What if we use the colors from like the Forbidden logo? We can use like purples and stuff. That seems nice. What is this tool that I'm using? Get that out of here. Yeah, purple. And we could take this tool. Make like a gradient. And then I could take the blue. What do you guys think? The big Rebbi, I know. Rebbi towers over the entirety of Velo Gen 2. Wow. So far Frabo simply needs to be popped. You know, it's kind of funny because when I started the like Frabo's Pops thing, I don't know, when I first came up with it, I thought it was going to be used as like when rule breakers appear in chat, they're the Frabos that would be popped by getting banned. But it kind of became just like a teasing thing, like an endearing teasing thing. It's kind of funny to think about, like just like how that has evolved and progressed, how it's changed from the original idea. You know. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think there's something like this could work. I think the one thing I would maybe want to do, if I could go just a little bit darker with the purple at the very top. It's kind of add, yeah, there we go. That looks a lot better. It looked like way too much just purple at the very top. I think, wait, one more change. Let me take this is base purple again. I do want a little bit more, wait, there maybe? Wait, such a match. Just one line over. Yeah, there we, I think that works, that looks the most balanced, I think. Yeah, there we go. Frabos are just too well behaved, I guess. No, Frabos get popped a lot. It's just now it's a teasing thing instead of a banning thing. I don't very often have to ban people, which I feel very thankful for, because I do think we have a pretty good community. Yeah. I do think we have a pretty good community. I disagree. Frabos should never ever be popped. What about if one of them is breaking the rules? I can't let them go unchecked. That's like letting a criminal walk the streets of the Rebbi's pond. It is unforgivable. Atrocious. Be alert, watch a lot. Okay, we'll just use this as the watch alarm one. I think this is very good. It's nice and clean and organized. It's not super fancy, but I also don't think it needs to be. What matters is that it's clean. It's clean and it's easily recognizable. If I zoom out, you can tell what it is. I think this is a nice one. Okay. Cool, that's one down. It's nice to have some go by fast anyway, because I think my favorite parts of these streams is really just getting to yap, not making the thumbnail. Unforgivable! Wait, that's really good. That's really good. Yeah. I've never been popped. That means I'm good. Or maybe I've just never been caught. I don't know. Nah, I think you're probably just a very good Frabo. Because Frabos are kind of empty. So the ones that are bad, they're not very smart about it. And the ones that do try to be smart about it, well, I don't know. I feel like if people come into chat who've never been in chat before, sometimes I call them Frabos. Like, I'll say, like, oh, a Frabo needs to be popped. But I consider Frabos like my fans, and someone who just came into chat and is immediately breaking rules isn't really a fan. It feels kind of weird to call them Frabos. But it's kind of just like the nonchalant way. I mean, I guess I could say chatter, but saying Frabo is cuter. I don't know. What was I going to say? I can't remember. Yeah. Okay, we have this one done. It's very, very, very good. Very, very nice to have. Okay, the next one. Let me go to my schedule. The next one. Next one is the Murakade Yap, and I'm gonna be totally honest, I have no idea what to do for this one. I'm not good at Yap thumbnails, and this one is Murakade themed. checking my art tag. I know some art that I've gotten in my art tags has like not been showing up under the tag for some reason. I retweeted one, unless the post was removed, I retweeted one not that long ago. No, it's still here. It just didn't show up in my art tag. Maybe the post in this like has some sort of like shadow ban or something. I do know if someone is like shadow banned or something on Twitter and they post on the art tag, it won't pop up in the art tag. I've been wondering if people have been like active under the NSFW tag, because I check the NSFW tag every now and then, and there's like almost never any new art. But I do think people are drawing it, and it's just not showing up. I posted a comment I got the other day for you as well too. Wait, let me check my art tag again. The latest. I do occasionally just genuinely miss stuff, but I've been more vigilant lately to try to make sure that I see everything. Yeah, it's not here. It might have gotten muted out. I have seen one thing suggested that maybe we can try. Is if it's not showing up in the tag, we could also try posting the tag in the comments. I saw someone say that for like NSFW art. They were like, hey guys, you know, I've noticed that like art from my NSFW tag has like not been showing up. It's been like muted out. So like post the tag in the comments instead of the actual post so I can still see it. So like maybe we can try that. Because like I want to see the art. I want to be able to see the art and stuff. And it makes me really sad that Twitter is doing that. It's not NSFW, so I'll try it. Yeah. Wait, we can try it for any art. It doesn't have to be NSFW. In that person's case, it was NSFW, but I mean like if it's been like a few days and I have not responded to it with the tag in the post, you can try putting the art tag in the comments as well. Both for the Rebbi, Scrabbles, and for the Rebs for Your Pleasure tags. If it is NSFW or if it's not, just whatever tag is appropriate for the specific commission. But I want to be able to see it, you know? I want to be able to see it. Tags seem to be kind of broken recently. You're not the first I've heard talking about art not showing up. Well, it kind of depends. Because it's not necessarily that the tag is broken. Sometimes it depends. Like, again, if an account has like a shadow ban on it, or like maybe Twitter is like putting them like, have you ever seen those accounts that show up under like additional comments? It's because Twitter thinks they're like flagging them for spam. If someone with an account like that posts under the tag, it will not show up. It's because Twitter has flagged them for spam or some kind of shadow ban and stuff. It's honestly why I really suggest staying out of like discourse and stuff, because I've especially seen this with accounts that get into a lot of like discourse on Twitter. If they get involved with a lot of arguments, you're more likely to be reported if you're getting into conversations that have a lot of feelings getting thrown about, right? And I honestly wonder if that might be like a factor for Twitter labeling some as spam. I do know as well, if your account is brand new, Twitter is very, very hard on accounts that are brand new. You have to be careful. Like, because if you start interacting with things way too fast, Twitter might see your account as like a bot. And I do think Twitter will put it under more replies for a while when your account is brand new. For a little while until you show it the like, okay, you're an authentic person, you know? Like, whenever I make a new Twitter, I have to very slowly follow people. You don't want to go follow everyone you know in one day if you have a lot of people that you want to follow. So what I do is I'll follow a few people, then I'll wait a few hours. You know, wait like 3 to 5 hours. Come back later, maybe follow a few more people, you know? Maybe leave like some likes and stuff on their stuff, right? Maybe you might retweet something. but don't go crazy. Give it some time in between interactions. Keep it to a few interactions each time you get on. Don't do it a lot. Make sure that your comments are not anything that can be considered as spam. So it's like a nice genuine comment. And then as time passes, you know, a day has passed, 2 days, you can slowly start to increase how much you're interacting. And Twitter will be like, you've unlocked more stuff on your account. Or they might ask you to verify that you're a person. And if you do, they'll be like, got it, you've unlocked more stuff on your account. Like, that's how it works. And as you get those checks, you have more leeway to interact more normally, like how you would with a fully, like, I don't want to say verified, because verified on Twitter means a specific thing. It means like you've got Twitter Blue. Not verified in that way, but just like verified, like in the eyes of Twitter, they can see that you're not a bot, right? Like you've interacted for a while, and they can see that you're like a real person, you know? Verified in that sense. Yeah, I don't usually want to add the VTuber I post the art of. Yeah, it is nice. It's like, I think it's like good etiquette to not do that. So I think you're doing good by that. Because you usually use the art tag. But yeah, if it's not showing up in the post, you can try putting it in the comments. Let me check again to see if there's been any update. I'm still not seeing anything. I don't know if you've like already done it or not. Maybe you haven't. I just hope I'm able to see it. Because if someone commissions or draws art of me, I really wanted to see it. Yeah. And I want to be able to use more art in thumbnails as well. I'm not very commonly given art that has transparent backgrounds. So I think I need to learn how to cut it out myself, maybe. But if anyone draws art or maybe commissions art, you can either include a version with a transparent background yourself, or maybe you could like ask for a version with a transparent background. If you want me to use it as a thumbnail, this is just if you want to, because I like to include art. So it's just like, oh, if a follower would like me to do so, then like this, you know, you can do this. Because otherwise, I have been meaning to learn how to do it myself. I'm not really sure of like a nice clean way to do it, so I have to learn. But in the meantime, until I have time to like sit down and do that, it's like a thing you can do, but you don't have to if you don't want to. I think a lot of people just don't realize that. So yeah. Sometimes I can use art with the background, but it kind of depends on what I'm using it for. I think Yap streams is easiest to do art with backgrounds. Yeah, I think the last couple of art pieces I've gotten are kind of on the sussier side, so I don't know if I can use those on Twitter. On YouTube. I don't think I want to use the pregnancy art on YouTube, so yeah. I really hate it about Twitter, how it's giving new accounts like that. I maybe dropped Twitter several times. It's because people will make a bunch of accounts to be spam or make bot accounts. But honestly, it really doesn't take that long to show you that you're a new account. That's why in ancient times, when I had a job and I debuted alongside a few other people in ancient times, my Twitter was the only one that did not get hit because I was the only one who didn't go mass follow everybody and interact. It was kind of funny. I remember we had asked about it. We had asked our boss at the time, like, do we need to worry about this? And he had said like, I don't think so. But I was just like, I'm gonna be careful about it anyway. And I ended up being the only one that did not get their account hit. And I was just there like, well, it was kind of funny. Use the egg art though for a schedule. Yeah, that one's a bit more like, well, here's the thing though, as like the Twitter space chat, it's more tame. Because that schedule, that Twitter space chat, it is scheduled so far out in advance. It's not showing up like on like YouTube homepage or things. So a lot of people don't see it. Right. Because it's not really a soon to happen stream. Whereas if I were to use like the pregnancy art, for like a thumbnail, or if I were to use the egg laying one for a thumbnail, if I were to do it for a thumbnail for this week, it would show up on people's homepages, and that's where you might get people pointing it out, being like, wait a minute. It's like, there's more of a spotlight on it, you know? If you crop it creatively, you can still use it. But and again, though, if it has a background, that also depends. Oh, I see it now. I see it now. This is really cute. Thank you. Thank you. Rebbi likes to keep the bubbles closed. Oh, thank you. I was finally able to see it. I wasn't able to see this until now. This is super cute. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah, I wonder if I can use this one. For the art. The artist is Akafuji. Okay, let me go to my thumbnail, fan art. Akafuji. Because this is a Yap thumbnail, like maybe I can make it work. Gaming thumbnails are the ones that are harder to make work if it's about on the transfer version, because we might have like a background that's for the game specifically. So it kind of just depends on what it is. I would love to have more art though that I can use. Yeah, here we go. There we go. Also sent it without a background in the comments. Oh! Wait, that would be super helpful. I didn't see that one. Wait, let me go back! That would be super nice to have. Why is it not letting me see the comments now? Not even the comment that I left! What the heck? Okay, profile, replies. Okay, here's my reply. Here we go, okay, I found it. Blank background version. Thank you! Okay. Transparent version. Thank you so much, thank you! Yeah, I'm really happy to get to use this for a thumbnail. Thank you. Okay. We have a few different ways that, well, let me get the transparent one in here too. I mean, maybe I could use the background one since it's like a Yap thumbnail. We might be able to use it. But it's really nice to have the transparent one. I'm dying. I know. Okay. I'll put the transparent one in here too. But first, let me see with the original one what I want to do with it. I had a couple ideas while I was looking at it. The one is like the face feels like if it was just a little bit more disgruntled. This like encapsulates my energy towards 4th of July. Cause fireworks suck, and they suck, and they're loud. But then there's also cute Fabo here, and I think Fabo is very cute. Fabo, using Fabo for the thumbnail would be really cute. Yeah, wait, what if we put like a cowboy hat on Fabo, and then it's like, here's a 4th of July. Yep, stream, yeehaw. Because Americans wear their cowboy hats, you know. Put a couple guns and a cowboy hat in here. There we go. Hey, thank you, Jim. Thank you for the I'm really, really happy. Thank you, thank you. Bravo, you're such a guy. I like this. I like this. I'm gonna add like some texture or something. But honestly, something like this could honestly work too. Bravo, being a cute little guy. Yeah. Yeah. Or alternatively as well, because I do have a transparent version. Alternatively, I could also, cause I was planning to make the Murakaday yap. Well, I don't know, I was planning to make the thumbnail Murakaday themed, but I have no idea what we're gonna be talking about for the stream, because I wasn't planning to linger on Murakaday as a topic. So I was thinking that I would make something kind of shitposty, but I feel like that might be kind of clickbait with how I actually planned. I just wanted to have a normal yap. It just happened to be on Murakaday. So like art like this could very easily be used for another thumbnail too. So I'm not sure if I should use it now or if I should save it and use it for another one. I'm not sure. He said in every single one of us wishes we were. It's all snuggled up right there, nice and comfy. Yeah, he's such a little guy. I love the art so much. I love getting to see probably in art. It's I feel like it's not super common, so I really like when I get to see it. Yeah, but I'm not sure if I should use it for this thumbnail or if I should save it. Although then again, I might forget to use it later if I don't use it now. This is true. This is true. I very easily forget. This is true. Maybe I should use it then, so I don't forget. I don't really want to like put something here though and cover it up because it's so nice. It's so nice. Wait, do I still have that one asset where it looks like an arm holding a gun? I had that one. Wait, I do. Oh wait, YouTube doesn't like guns in the thumbnail though. Dang it! I forgot! YouTube doesn't like when there's guns in the thumbnail. That's right! I can't put a gun in the thumbnail! YouTube doesn't like anything but... Yeah, now, there was one time I included a short, in ancient times, where the thumbnail was a turret. It was a Lethal Company short, so it was a turret from Lethal Company. And YouTube did not like it. I had to go completely re-upload the short just to change the thumbnail too. Cause short thumbnails are kind of weird. And they're not as like, you know. I love it though. I know! I wish I could keep it, but YouTube would hate it. YouTube's like, guns? Well, we have a lot of videos about firearm usage and stuff, but we can't have it in the thumbnail. That's a crime. Nah. I'm dying. Let me drink some more water. I will be so happy when this cough goes away. I hope it doesn't start being like it was yesterday. Because it was really bad yesterday. And I think all the yapping might be irritating my throat some. Oh. I want to try to get through the thumbnails at least. Have you ever tried a hot salt water gargle? I have not tried that this time around, but I have before though. Okay, yeah, now the cough is like yesterday. Dang it! I might go and take some medicine. Maybe that might help. I have not taken medicine today. I didn't feel like I needed it, but now if the cough is getting worse, maybe I need it. So I'm gonna go take some medicine. Maybe that'll help. Get some elderberry syrup or something. I'll be right back. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Ah. Quick questions got mess with February 115. No war. Did she fall asleep? Do you mean for real? No, my model just does that when it loses tracking. I don't think I've ever fallen asleep on stream. I think that'd be really hard to do. I don't know. I've seen some VTubers do it, but I don't think I could. My desk isn't exactly comfy to sleep at. Yeah. I caught you in your war preparations. Phobos, you know this is illegal. No, sorry, I just got back from taking some medicine because my cough was kind of getting bad. So I took some. I think it'll take a bit for it to kick in, I think, but I think like taking a break from speaking and getting like a syrup on my throat kind of helped soothe it for now, and then the medicine should kick in and it'll probably help. Yeah, I thought it was interesting is that I had ants in the kitchen yesterday. The ants finally coming in, so I put some ant traps out. And like, I know they work pretty fast, but I looked in because I had to walk through the kitchen to get to where I keep my medicine. So I like looked at the floor, checking on like, okay, how are the ants doing? And they're already all gone. And I was just like, I know they work fast, but I wasn't expecting them to work that fast. What? Usually takes a while. I know. Like at least a few days. It was like the next day. Really? Really? Oh. I don't know. That's very strange. Very strange. Yeah. Yeah, it's the seasonal ants. They come in every year. Yeah. Because I made sure to wipe down the counters and swept the floor some when I could. Hopefully minimize them. But they still came in. So. Yeah. One day you're gonna get back and there's gonna be a classic Halo deathmatch in the chat bar. Punk, you guys play Halo in the chat? Well, that'd be crazy if you could. Imagine get doomed to run in the YouTube chat bar. Yeah, your roommate's a frog too. Are we sure she didn't eat them? Maybe she did. I actually did think of that. Might be possible that maybe she got rid of them. That would explain why they're gone. Ants are pretty fast but also smart. They see danger, they don't interact. No, they were definitely checking out the ant trap after I put it down. They were definitely checking it out. They were crawling all over it. So, they're not that smart. But I just, you know, whenever my family would get ant problems, it usually takes like a day or a couple days, like 3 to 4 days, for you to really see like change with the ant trap. So like, just one day later is very fast. I was like, huh, that's interesting. I'm not really sure what to think about that. That's what I hated when I had ants. You have to watch them march all around your house to bring the poison back to the nest. Yeah, that's just how it is. Because if you get rid of them in your house, then they're not gonna bring it back to the nest, and then ants will just keep coming in. You know. Yeah. So you have to like let them just be. Let them be for now. I remember there was this one time in one of the houses my family lived in, we had ants coming in through the electrical outlets. It was strange. I think it was a different kind of ant than what I have right now. Because I remember they were a little bit smaller, and they came in through the electrical outlets. And I was like, whoa. They also would pop up in the upstairs bathroom for some reason. And I don't know why. At least seasonal ants are better than seasonal mice. There was one time I found a mouse. No, 2 times I found a mouse in my house, but there was only 1 mouse. Both times. At least one that I saw. There might be more that I didn't see. There was one that I saw. Yeah. That's it. That's it. That's all that it was. Okay, I don't know what to do for this thumbnail. I want to use the fan art, but I also feel like I could very easily use this lovely fan art for another thumbnail too. Well, I know I can't have the gun in it because YouTube hates gun. Honestly, what if this was just a thumbnail? Right here, just like this. I actually kind of like that because then the fireworks, if there are any fireworks we get in the background, this is him having like World War flashbacks during the fireworks. And it's like, why are we here? Just to suffer. Something like that. And the art is super cute. I'd also hate to like not use it after I already have it on here. Even if I would plan to like use it for another thumbnail, I feel like now that I have it on here, I want to use it. Okay, we'll use this one. Again, I'll just name it Yap, because it's for a Yap stream. Honestly, don't even need to do anything to it. This is very cute. It'll stand out a lot. Having flashbacks from when he was in Nam. Yeah. Yeah. No. If you have mice to get a rolling log chop, they work really well. No, I don't think I have mice right now. I don't know. It'd be like one shows up and then it goes away and then I don't see it again forever. So I don't know. If they're in the house, they're not coming in very frequently. Yeah. I'm not even sure how they got in to begin with though, considering that my house is underwater. Kind of strange, don't you think? Okay. I think next after that, we have Mario Kart. Members Mario Kart. And I do have some Mario Kart assets. I might get another one though, because I think the one that I have left is the one I already used last time. Mario Kart 8. I wish I had a Switch 2 and a new Mario Kart. We could play that one, but I don't have either of those things. I only have Mario Kart 8, so we're playing Mario Kart 8. Mario Kart 8! This is an AVIF file, isn't it? Yes, it is! Because Nintendo loves AVIF files. To be honest, I might just use the same one that we used last time just because I'm too lazy to go hunt down a new one. Mario Kart. I have Mario Kart 8 and Mario Kart 8 2. Oh yeah, I do also have this one. Which I guess we can use this one. It's not the highest res, but it doesn't have to be the highest res. It is okay. Alright, perfect. We can just add some Frobos and a Rebbi to it. Probably put myself on this side maybe. Yeah. Yeah. Scuba diving ants. I know, right? How they even get in here? But yeah, I don't know. There's something I kind of have on my mind. I've had on my mind for like the last hour. I was like looking at the stream time, like how long has it been? I'm gonna try to think like how to word it. I'm not really sure how to word it. Oh wait, this one might be confused for the thumbnail. Yeah, this one might be confused for the thumbnail. Yay! I tell you, this is very cute. The hair even perfectly fits in this spaceship. Okay, maybe I'll put like a Frobble down here or something. Normally I try not to put anything down here because it gets blocked by the thingy. But I think it's fine to put I don't know, because members thumbnails, like, get seen on the YouTube page now. They're not, like, only shown to members anymore. Like, now it's seen. And it's like, oh. So maybe I should care how they look a little bit more. You know, I watched a stream of someone unboxing the Switch 2 they got in the mail, and it was an OLED Switch instead. What? What? No! That's not the right Switch! Oh! I would be so sad if I thought I was getting the Switch 2 and they sent an OLED. No! What was I looking for? Bubble. Yeah. Hey, Flash Mommy! Hey, Rebbi, how has your day been? My day's been pretty okay. Recovering from an illness. I have to go. Well, not that I have to go. I did go get medicine already. So, doing pretty okay, I think, for now. Yeah. Okay. Trouble. I want there to be at least a couple of bubbles. So that way it feels like we're all doing this together. What do you guys think of this as the thumbnail? It's not too busy, is it? Not too busy, right? I wish Mario was a little bit more up here because there's a lot of empty space there. Maybe. Actually, I think that looks better. Yeah, there we go. What about this? This looks pretty nice, I think. Yeah. What do you think? That's really good. What is a group of bubbles called? Oh, I never thought about that. I was trying to think of something witty to answer to that, but I can't think of anything witty. I don't know. A warfront. What is a group of bubbles called a warfront? Maybe, I don't know. I feel like bubbles are like that. This looks really good, actually. I like this one. I want to keep this one. All I had to do is make it a little bit bigger, and I feel like it works very well. Mario Kart 2. Mario Kart 2. This is the second Mario Kart one that I have. Give it! Yeah! Now I might I'll finally get Mario Kart 8 to play with you when you get a Switch too. Well, it'll probably be a little while longer. I need to recuperate some money after I've been spending so much at like the con and stuff. Yeah. So I want to say thank you to everybody who's been supporting me and stuff. You guys have been keeping me afloat and stuff. And it feels really nice that, like, thanks to Frable's support, I'm making enough where I can take these small trips and get to go do fun things and stuff. I just want to say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for all the support. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, we have one more thumbnail to make. Just one more. And this one is a VSMP one. And this one, I forgot to take photos, like screenshots, some more screenshots of the VSMP. So I might, should I like turn on the VSMP for a second, take like a screenshot or two, and then hop off? So we can use them for the thumbnails? You work very hard, you deserve to take vacations. Thank you. Well, I remember that in ancient times, when I first got accepted to my job in ancient times, I didn't have a lot of money. I think it was like okay. Well, honestly, I still don't have a lot of money. I'm not rich, but like, I'm doing a lot better now than I was back then. And it really means a lot to me. It really means a lot to me. I'm super, super grateful. Wait, let me get the BSMP turned on. I think I'll take like a screenshot or two. Okay. Yeah. I just like to remember to say thank you to Frobbles, you know. And thank you to Frobbles every now and then. I have to remind Frobbles how grateful I am. I have such a craving for a garden salad right now. Man, I want a garden salad. Oh, that would slap right now. One of these days, you'll be the richest frog there ever was. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. But that actually feels kind of like related to what I wanted to talk about. But like I keep like feeling nervous about it. It's not anything bad. Honestly, I think I just get nervous talking about things that are like changes, I guess. But I know people have sometimes asked me like how do I open this conversation? That's not what they asked me. That's not what they asked me. That's what I'm asking myself right now. How do I open this conversation? I feel like I'm making it into a bigger deal than it actually is. I was just nervous about it. Coin for Frank. Okay. Thank you. Oh, there's a little bit of lag because it's booting up the Minecraft at the same time. Sorry for the slight lag. Oof. John, thank you for the $10 super. Have lunch on me. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, it's super, super nice. I have my fridge fixed now. And I got groceries. Yeah, groceries yesterday. Now I can actually cook at my house again. And I have shredded cheese that's not gonna make me feel like I'm giving birth out of my chest because I feel ill. It's awesome. I missed having cheese in the house. I use cheese in so many of my dishes you guys don't even know. Now I can make cheesy spinach and I can make cheesy soup. Oh wait, I forgot. I need to like change something to access the server. Cause I guess there was some sort of update or something. Hang on. Edit. Okay, I need to like change something about it. Give me a second. Okay, let me try this now. See if it works. I'm not gonna play right now. I'm just gonna grab a screenshot if I can remember the hotkeys to hide the UI and take a screenshot. I figured it out very haphazardly when I was taking the first screenshots, but I don't know about now. It's loading. Taking a second. Yeah, groceries. Put them in my mouth. Yummy groceries. Groceries. Alright, cool. Okay. Oh, Isla's on right now. Okay, I'm in the game. Actually, this is a very nice time to take a photo because it is daytime. It's not nighttime. Okay, how do I okay, first I need to get my inventory's full. I just don't I want nothing in my hand. Okay, how do I hide the UI? Is it F2? Function F2? No, that's how I take the screenshot. Frick. Okay, how do I hide the UI? No, that's not it. No, that's not it. I don't know what that is. Nope, that's not it. No, that's not it. 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 No, is it F1? Okay, it's F1. Screenshot taken. There. Okay, I got the screenshot. Okay. I got it. Wait, I threw a pebble on the ground and didn't pick it back up. Oh, that pebble's lost in Minecraft now. Okay, alrighty then. Okay, next, let me get the screenshot. Open photo. Screenshot. Okay, let's delete the first one I got. We will not be using that. There we go. There we go. Okay. Oh no, I keep cheese sticks and I will throw them into beans, chili, veggies, almost anything. Yeah, cheese is one of my favorites. Look how pretty this is. Okay. Oh, you know what? I could have gotten a screenshot up with my, like, avatar in the world. Oh man, wait, why didn't I do that? Why didn't I do that? I just took a screenshot of the, well, it's fine. But like next time I should do that instead. Get one with my avatar in the world. So I can change the perspective. Is it weird for me to use this one? It's like, both of us, we're ready for VSMP shenanigans. Like right there. Yeah, and I can get the VSMP2 logo. VSMP2 logo. It'll look a lot like the one that I made before, but I don't think that's a bad thing. It's like building brand recognition with a certain series. Like right there. And then, I can do what I did before. I can add a couple of flowers into it behind the logo. It'll like really match. It'll match. Yeah. Hi Catherine, how you doing? Welcome in. What if we did the heart one this time? Yeah, we could do the heart trouble. Make it like a little bigger. And then if I duplicate it, we can have a second one in here. We flip it over. They're like roughly the same size. I wish there was a button in here to just flip it and I didn't have to like worry about resizing it if I want to flip it. I still don't think it's the exact same size. This one is slightly wider. I know it's not a big deal if it's not the same size. I'm a bit picky about it. Here we go. What do we think? What do we think? It looks good, right? Yeah. 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 Hi, Marcus. Hi, Remy. Hi. Yeah, I think this one looks pretty good. Okay, we'll do this one. VSMP 2. Okay. Alrighty. Well, I think that's all of them. For now. Yeah. We got the video to watch along tomorrow. We have a Yap one. Very simple, very cute. We have a Mario Kart, a members Mario Kart ship. And then we have the VSMP tool. Yeah, that is all of them. Yeah, and my cough didn't come back to bother me at any point. Let's go, yeah. That's nice. Oh, I accidentally maxed. Oh no, I made Creature like super big on my screen. No. I don't go back to being fitted to my one drawing tablet. Let me just fix this real quick before I close it. Jeez, how big is this window? There we go. Okay, fixed it. There we go. Fixed it. Nice. Gonna be a fun week. Right. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be super cool. Yeah. Whew, okay. That feels nice to be done with it. Now if I do need to quit because I'm like if I work myself too hard and I need like to quit or something, now it's not like it's like more casual because now we have the actual work behind us. You know? So it's just like cutting a yap short. Quit taking over computer. I accidentally hit the button that like I don't know, because it was already full screen, but I guess I hit like the full screen button, like the window mode button or something, and it made it really big. And I was just like, huh? Like it wouldn't fit on the screen anymore, so I had to like fix the size. Yeah. And those Bob's having a wedding, Rebbi's just present for the ceremony. Yeah, Bob wedding! Yeah! I missed most of the stream. That's okay, you got here before it ended. Aren't you happy? Aren't you proud? That's okay. I was kind of speeding through making the thumbnails anyway. I mean, maybe didn't feel like that. We were yapping throughout it too, but it's okay. I'm still sick. And I spent a lot of yesterday working on like a project and stuff. So yeah. yeah. Okay. What was I saying? I don't know. I'm kind of head empty. I'm still dealing with like the sickies. Yeah. We spent over an hour yapping before any thumbnails happened. No, it was almost an hour. It's slightly different. Like 55 minutes? That's not technically a full hour. So, you know, it's a little bit less. There's a distinct difference there. No, but it's okay. We always yap a little bit after as well. I have time to yap, so we're not ending just yet. I think you can yap. Yeah. I still haven't said the thing that I want to talk about anyway. I was kind of thinking maybe just do it after like the thumbnails are over. Yeah. I'm just not really sure how to open with it. I'm not sure how to open the conversation. But I guess I've been thinking a lot lately over the last like month or so. I think especially going to AFCA as well really helped. Like it really helped my like, I don't want to say feelings change, cause I was already kind of thinking about it for a while before AFCA, but I feel like it really helped like me realize that like that like I'm open to like other things, cause I talked a lot in the months after I started being indie. Whenever people would ask me like, would you ever consider joining another agency or like having like opportunities like that, I was always like thinking like, no, I probably wouldn't. But I've been thinking in the last couple of months that like not that I want to like hardcore pursue anything, because I still want to like make sure that I am like choosing an option that is good for me. But I do think that if an opportunity like that were to present itself, I might consider it. Is this your way of telling us you're applying for Religion 3? No, it is not. No, it is not. No, I basically just wanted to say that like, I might be more open to opportunities like that if they were to present themselves, basically. That's what I was saying earlier, is it's not like a huge thing. It's not like a huge thing. But I guess just considering how many times the conversation got brought up and I kept saying like no, like right now I don't see myself doing anything like that. I just wanted to like kind of like I guess give an update as to where my feelings are. So yeah, I mean, there's nothing in progress of that sort. Nothing like behind the scenes happening of that sort. There's nothing in motion with anybody. But I just wanted to like say like that, like I don't know, maybe it's a weird thing to give an update about. I don't know. I guess I just didn't want people to be blindsided if at some point something does happen. If I like have to like announce something or something, that people aren't blindsided and they're like, but she said that she wasn't interested. She said that several times. I didn't want people to be blindsided. Maybe I should start a company. Hell no! Hell no! I would never want to start a company. No. You know how much work goes into that? Nah. That's exactly what someone applying for VLR Gen 3 would say. I'm not applying for VLR. See, that would require me to make adult content, and I don't want to do that. I'm not comfortable with that. Yeah, I know another VTuber who was against it. She had a terrible experience in the last one she was in. Sad, but it happens. Yeah. If Rebbi goes business, heck no. No. Heck no. If you did join a corpo again, would you try to find one that lets you keep Rebbi, or would you take on a new persona again? I think that would very heavily depend on the opportunity. Because I had been, I was discussing, like, that sort of, like, vein of, like, conversation with a friend, while at Akai, actually. And one thing that they had mentioned is, like, when it came to jumping between personas, there's a thing called, like, fan fatigue, where it can get really tiring. I mean, they didn't really elaborate on it, but I think I get what they mean just by, like, what it's called is, like, it gets tiring jumping from, you know, persona to persona, having to follow your Oshi from one persona to the next when things change, and honestly, yeah. If I were to take on a new persona at this point, it would be my 4th one. Honestly, even that idea is kind of exhausting to me too, honestly. Not gonna lie. It is like that sounds like a lot. If the opportunity was big enough and there was enough offered to me, maybe I would, but I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. So it kind of really depends on what is offered to me. Frog might become a company girl again someday. Yeah, I kind of just wanted to, like, you know, it's like a small update, just like a light update on my feelings. It's like, I'd be open to it if the opportunity presented itself, but, like, again, there's nothing in motion right now. I just, like, if it did come down to, like, you know, important announcement that, like, Fobbles aren't so blindsided by it, you know. I think if I give, like, a small update, even just in a member stream, that it would kind of be like, oh, okay, that's what's happening. I get it. I see. Congrats, Rebbi. Because I think I've talked about it. I think I've talked about it enough before. Well, I always think that. But I think like an indefinite hiatus or graduation announcement would always make people sad anyway. But I'd like to think that I've talked about it enough that people know that, like, VTubing is like my dream job. So, like, if I ever, like, did announce something like that, it's not me just quitting VTuber, it's definitely good opportunity came by and just kind of, like, changing things up a bit, you know? But again, like, I have nothing, there's nothing in progress right now. There's nothing at all. This is a very recent, like I've kind of, like, had it, like, in my mind for a while, but it's, like, more recently that I've kind of thought more seriously on it. I think a big change, something kind of pushed it along a bit more, I think, is like, I know I talked a few times about how my grandmother had passed away last year, my great grandmother, and her house was like being sold, and I was hoping that I would be able to take the house, because, you know, I've been living in like a bad rental house for a while. It's been a little while now, it's been a few years. And I've really been wanting to have the opportunity to get to move out, have my own space, have like somewhere that's mine. It's not a rental, and it's mine, and I can take care of it and do what I want, and somewhere that's quieter. It's not next to loud businesses all the time, you know? I was not able to get the house because I don't really make enough money for it. It's not a lot of money. It's honestly a pretty cheap option, especially in the area it's in. But I just don't make enough money for it. And you know, that's nobody's fault. That's just how it is right now. And I'm very, very grateful for the support that Frobbles give me. I hope my talking about this doesn't make it sound like Frobbles don't support me enough, because that's not at all what I mean. Because Frobbles give me so much, and I'm so grateful for it. But it's also true at the same time that just where we are now just wasn't enough for this opportunity. But it did make me a little sad to have to say goodbye to that opportunity, because I was the last option to get to keep the house in the family. I was really hoping that I would be able to take the house. And I think losing out on that opportunity really made me think, like, if a bigger opportunity came around, I think I would be open to it. At least to consider it. I'm not gonna just go gung-ho accept any opportunity that comes by, because I want to still make sure it's right for me. But, you know, yeah. So, yeah, it's been a few things like that that's happened recently. But between not getting to chase the house opportunity, and then, honestly just being an off guy and seeing all the really cool, like, concerts and stuff. It really made me think, like, wow, I want to do that. I wanted to do that in my previous employment. But, like, you know, it wasn't something that we were able to do. So, maybe, if an opportunity presented itself, you know, yeah. I just wanted to give a small update on, like, how I've been feeling about that. I hope it's not weird. I hope I didn't, like, build up all that anticipation for something that's ultimately, like, kind of boring. Like, I mean, it's not really, like, an announcement or anything, you know? It's not really a huge deal, you know? Yeah. If you find a good opportunity and it makes you happy, you should take it. Yeah, if one pops up, maybe. Because I was thinking about it, like, while I was at Off-Kai and stuff, like, seeing, like, the 3D concerts and just seeing, like, what everyone is doing, like, as part of an agency and stuff, like, it really made me think, like, you know, I have my own goals I wanna hit as a VTuber. Getting to be a full-time streamer has always been one of them, and I'm so happy and grateful that I've been able to reach that goal. It feels really awesome, even as I look at the goals I haven't hit that I would like to hit, even some that feel out of reach. Even with all of those, I look down at the one that I have in my hands that I've secured being full-time streamer, and it just feels so good to have this one. You know? It feels so good to have that one. I'm happy to have this little goal in my hands. I grabbed it. I achieved it. We achieved it together. And then now that I do safely have this one, you know, I always want to keep looking upwards. And I've always dreamed, like, maybe someday I'd get to be, like, one of the bigger ones. Which, you know, can be done as an indie, but it's a lot harder. And again, I want to be able to chase opportunities that might allow me to make the life changes that I think would really benefit me. I don't want to be stuck in a crappy rental house for the rest of my life. So, yeah. Yeah, that's kind of just where I am. If the opportunity presented itself, I would consider it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. If you didn't become a full-time anime girl, what do you think you would be doing? Honestly, I think I would be working like a 9 to 5. Like, probably I don't know. Well, I'd probably still be at my old job. I used to be in a food position job. Not fast food, but like it was like customer service. I would make the food in the kitchen. I used to be like a kitchen hand for like a small local chain. Yeah. 3D concerts. I know Leprechaun did one all by herself. There's a chance. Well, not just 3D concert, but I mean like the level that they were able to do it off Kai. That level of it. Not just the concert itself, but you know. Chef Fog, yeah. Also, Rose, thank you for the $2 super. You got this. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's nice to know what you're thinking. It's something that could potentially be a big change for all of us if it did happen. It would be a big change. And that's why, you know, like, obviously, if I do start getting in talks with somebody, I can't talk about that. That would be, like, secret. Shh. You guys would find out. You guys would basically only find out if the important announcement goes up, you know? That would kind of be like oh, she did it. Yeah. But, you know, just to say that I'm open to considering options if one comes around. I think I'm okay to say that. I was always okay to say that I wasn't interested before, so I think I'm okay to say that I'm more open to it now. I think so. Yeah. Corps don't seem to be doing so well lately. Finding an actually good group seems like 1 in a million shot. That is true. So like the options that I would pick are very slim. And I don't think I should go into too much detail about who I would accept an offer from, because then if one of them did reach out to me, I don't want to be like too on the nose with it. But yeah, there are very few places that I would accept an offer from, and it would kind of just depend on what the offer is. It would really, really depend. Yeah. Deanna did her own concerts, you can too. Yeah, but it's not just about the concerts though. I feel like I said some more there, and the concerts are what got picked up, but like, it's not just about the concerts. I want to be able to have my own house. I want to be able to upgrade my life and my lifestyle. And I want to pursue the natural next goals in my career journey. And I think for a while after I exited my previous job, I was extremely stressed. So for a while I was like, hard no, I don't want to do an agency again. Or like, you know, not right now at least. I think I was always open to it, where I said like, I don't see it for me right now, but I can't speak for myself in the future. Kind of always leaving that door open, because your feelings can change over time. And I didn't ever want to say like, hard no, this will never happen ever again, and then I do change my mind, right? I think I've had time to process those feelings. I've had time to be away from that stressful time and that stressful environment when things were kind of imploding, you know? And now that I've been on my own for a while, I've gotten to do things on my own for a while. We've been doing really well. And again, like the things that happened recently that I said have kind of helped change my position on it. I think everything together, you know, yeah, it just kind of like changed my mind on it a little bit. I know I can do concerts and stuff myself, but like, it was a concert that I saw that kind of inspired me to maybe take that step again, but it's not about the concert. It's not just that I said, I want to do a concert. It's like, I want to be part of something again. I want to be someone that more people recognize. I want to do something to the quality that I only know how to do, at least currently, through like an agency's help. You know, there's more to it. But the big things is like I want to be able to make the changes to my life that I think I really need to make, but are just kind of hard for me to take right now. I make enough that I can pay my bills, and I live rather comfortably, I think, because I'm able to like get myself treats and stuff too. I wouldn't even say I'm living paycheck to paycheck, but I just don't make enough to be able to afford like the big things that I think I really need. So, you know, it wasn't a hard no, just not at the moment. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, which maybe I didn't really need to like have like an update or anything about it. I didn't really, that's what I was thinking. It was like, it's not a huge deal, but I was kind of nervous to talk about it. I wasn't really sure how to like lead into the conversation. So I was like, I got nervous about it, even though it's not like a huge deal. Right. You have support from all of us in any potential future endeavors. Thank you. Yeah, I think also like, again, if there ever is like an important announcement, I like to think I talk about how serious I am about VTubing, that people would know that if I made an announcement like that, it's not me quitting VTubing, it's more like, I got an opportunity, we're moving. But I can't say that, you know, like super out loud, you know. You know, you gotta be hush hush, shush shush shush, you know. But I know that sort of thing always makes problems sad. And I think especially when I talked about how I don't see myself going anywhere for the moment. If I were to then turn around and say important announcement, it might look like that. Like, oh, she's just quitting VTubing. Oh no, because she said this. So I kind of just want to have like at least a small update. I know in member stream not everyone has access to it, but I wanted to at least give like a bit of a small update as to how I'm feeling at least. Just so if it does happen, it doesn't catch Frobbles like blindsided and they're wondering like, and they're sad and, you know. I didn't want to do that to you guys. So, you know. Yeah. Yeah. That was reading that comment. The unstable management seems like the scariest thing about VTuber corpos. And a company doesn't go home with everyone's IPs because the CEO got sick. I do agree that a lot of companies, the reason they don't work out is because the highest at the top, something can happen with them. I don't want to get into, I don't want to like throw shade at anybody by the way that things were run or anything. Because that's not really the point of me talking about this discussion. And I'm sure everyone has like their feelings on it. I have my own feelings on it. I don't wanna like throw shade or anything. I don't wanna get into that part of it. But because we know that a lot of opportunities like that are not the best, that's why I expressly stressed that I would only take an opportunity like that if I felt it was a benefit to us, to our community, to the career. If I felt it was a benefit. If it is not worth it, I would not take it. You know? And I feel like I am in a position where I'm not really sure how to say this. Not be choosy, but I feel like I'm in a comfortable spot, right? I'm in a comfortable spot because we have such a strong, generous community. Because you guys support me the way that you do, I don't have to take whatever opportunity popped up on my door. I can afford to think about it and really consider it. Really consider if it's something that's a benefit to me and to our community. So, yeah. So my brain fog is really setting in pretty hard right now, so it's making it kind of hard to focus on what I'm saying. I hope it's like making sense still. But I promise that I will not take an opportunity if I feel like it's not gonna like benefit. If it feels like, oh well, this sounds kind of shady, but I really want to go somewhere. No, I'm not gonna consider that. You know, I might read through what they're offering, but like, you know, Yeah. This is one of my favorite parts of watching VTubers. Seeing someone become what they aspire to be as a creative entertainer and life in general. None of the same, but they're all so inspiring. Yeah, that's one of my favorite things too, is like seeing people be passionate about what they're passionate about. You know, it doesn't even have to be like something super like in the creative field. Sometimes I just get to like watch someone geek out about their favorite thing, and it's just, you know, I might not like that same thing that you like, but it's really fun watching you just be happy about it. You know? Yeah, any company would be crazy not to want you. I might be a little biased, but I honestly do think I'm a pretty good pick, I think. As far as like talent-wise, I don't know. I do also feel I can be prone to make mistakes and stuff. I did make a lot of mistakes in my previous company, but I also feel like a lot of those mistakes I made, it was because of the pressure of not making mistakes. And I think after having so many conversations about it and having time to think about it, I think that pressure really came from just that corpo not being the best fit for me. Like, it was a good, healthy place to be, I think. I still believe it was one of the best places I could have gone. But as far as, like, it's kind of hard to talk about. I don't think they were really ready to have a more chaotic personality. Because, sometimes there would be lines drawn on things that I thought were very tame. And honestly, when I've asked like friends' opinions, they also thought it was really tame, so it's not just me being like, what? You know? And it really made me second guess like what was I allowed to joke about, what was I allowed to say, and when I would seek further information on these lines so I could better understand them, there wouldn't be additional information given. I would ask like, okay, can you give me more information about what I should avoid saying, what I should avoid doing? Can you give me more information so that way I can better like, how do I word it? Like, better, I don't want to say cater myself to the expectations of the agency, but kind of, you know, like you can like kind of adjust how you present yourself within like, you know, a specific, like, yeah, like, play within the rules, yeah, like that, because I work best if you give me very specific instructions. Give me very specific instructions, give me the rules, give me as firm and as strict rules as you got, not that you have to, like, make them stricter than they are for me or anything, but, like, just whatever your rules are, give them to me as specifically as you can. I will then look through them, and I can adjust how I present myself to fit the rule set. The problem is I wasn't given a rule set. They didn't know what rule set to give me. What I was instead told was, well, we can't really do that, but if you make a mistake, we'll just tell you. But then the problem there though is that it didn't really teach me anything. I wasn't able to learn where the lines were. I wasn't really able to learn, like, generally how I should be. And I had gone from being an indie VTuber to suddenly being in a corpo. I had no prior corpo experience before then, so I wanted to do my very, very best job, but I felt I didn't really understand where the lines were, and that conversation just made me terrified. Because, like, yeah, they can come tell me if I make a mistake, but then the problem is that mistake happened. Like, the problem is that's not avoiding anything happening. The problem is I, as the talent, still have to face any sort of reaction or any sort of penalty or anything. For any mistake I make, I still have to face that with no understanding of if I'm about, like, it basically felt like walking through a minefield and you don't know where the mines are. Like, that's what it felt like. I felt like I had to be a very sanitized version of myself, and I had no idea how much of myself I could let out, because that mine 2 inches to my left will blow up if I try to do a little dance here, you know? You know? Like, that's kind of what it felt like. I believe I was in a great place to be as far as, like, healthy agencies, because I'm gonna be honest, I don't think a lot of the ones, like, just, like,
we've had so many. I think, you know, obviously a lot of them have closed. I don't think a lot of them were the best of places to be based on what I've heard. So I do think that I was in a good place, but I also think they weren't quite prepared to take on my personality type. They wanted to, and that's why I got hired, but I also really feel like they weren't quite prepared for it. And I spent a lot of that time feeling scared to be myself for fear I was going to get in trouble. And, yeah. And I had some other things that were going on at the time as well that made it hard. It was my first time really getting to hang with and collaborate with a lot of creators, like other people. Because you guys probably see VTubers talk all the time about how hard it is to make friends in the VTuber scene. That is true. It is not easy. You think it is, especially if you're an agency VTuber, and you're like in that circle, but like it's not easy. People get really busy. You don't really get the chance to hang with them a lot. There's depending on the person, there is some worry of like clout chasing and stuff. Like there's like a bunch of stresses that come with it, and it can make it hard to hang with people. But like especially in the indie scene, I never really had like close friends I could hang with a lot. So while I would collaborate with people, I never had like close friendships and never got to like frequently collab with the same people. So I felt like I was also learning how to interact with people and like honestly just some emotional regulation. I was learning some of that in more social settings while in the agency because it was my first time really dealing with a lot of that. I went from a sheltered childhood to an indie life on the internet where I didn't have a lot of friends to being in a corpo. So the corpo was kind of my first time to get to like learn how to do that stuff. And then, so all of that on top of the stresses of trying to figure out how to be myself within the setting, it was a lot. And for a while I didn't think maybe I would fit into another corpo because of that. But I honestly think I just need somewhere where there's more people like me. I think I just need somewhere that's a bit more okay with taking risk. I need somewhere that's not trying to tiptoe around making people upset. Because I think that's kind of where I was before. And not that I need to be somewhere that's like, yeah, let's take all the risk, let's be careless. Not like that, but, you know, be safe, but also don't be afraid to like, be bold every once in a while, especially if the entire point of hiring someone is to go in a new direction, you know, introduce some new directions, you know. I think that's probably my like biggest thing about where I came from. If I had to, I guess I'll just say complaint. I don't want to call it a complaint because I really did like where I came from. For that big con, it was a great place, and the people there were really nice, and I did like being there, but, yeah, that's like my one. So that would be, like, I think something that I would really want to make sure is, like, would I even fit in where I go, you know? Yeah. People have to communicate expectations. If you break them on accident because you're never told, that's on them. Yeah, but then the thing is, you can't tell fans that. Well, I don't know, maybe you can. I don't know what you can talk about, because I don't know. Nobody told me. Maybe you can talk about that. I don't know. But I know, I think personally I would have been afraid to talk about it because there's so much stigma against agencies right now that if you mention like anything that's on the fault of a manager and it's not something like a really innocent little mistake that's like, oh, it's not a big deal. Like, if it's, like, actually affecting the talent in any way, you know what people are gonna do? They're gonna pick up their torches and pitchforks. You know? Oh, that was referring to management expecting things from you that they didn't communicate. Well, no, I know what you mean. But I'm also talking about how if you make a mistake, there's the perception... There's like a public perception of it. And all the public sees is that the talent made a mistake. They don't know the other side of it, of management didn't communicate boundaries and lines and stuff for the talent to understand. And you can't talk about that side of it. So all the public sees is the talent made a mistake. You know? That's all they see. And it's hard to navigate situations like that. And that's why I got so scared about making mistakes. Because there was some of it that I couldn't talk about. It made it hard. I didn't want people to think I was, you know, like, constantly making mistakes. And it's just me. Even though I feel that way about myself. Yeah. Oh. I didn't mean to go on this subject again, because I know I've talked about this in the past. Yeah. It's probably easier for a small group to lean too hard on either extreme. Too cautious versus not cautious enough. Yeah, I mean, I understand it, especially, like, when you're smaller, you're not yet quite too established. You don't want to do anything that's gonna, like, really hurt your group's perception, right? You know? Like, you're not gonna want to do that, but I think you also should know where your lines are then, at least, because you are working with other people. You know? Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, anyway, I don't want it to be like a huge thing about, where I used to work and stuff, but actually, I feel like I had a point for going on that conversation, but now I can't remember what the point is. I don't know. I don't know. I'm honestly, I'm really head empty right now from the cold. I feel like I have no mental headspace right now. I feel like I used all of it up. I'm just kind of like talking without using my head too much. Does that make sense? You guys ever like just like talk without using your head too much and you're kind of just winging it? That's what it feels like right now. Yeah. Oh yeah, now I remember why I got on that subject. It was basically just to say that, like, that's one of the conditions, like, and why I felt hesitant to join another place. Like, one of the conditions, like, I would just want to make sure, like, I find somewhere where I can fit in and stuff. But that is if the opportunity presents itself. Because again, I'm just more open to it right now, you know? Yeah, I think this was kind of why I was nervous to open the conversation. Because I wanted to, like, update everybody, but I also know I tend to go on tangents when it comes to this subject, and I didn't want to blow it up into, like, a more serious discussion than it is. So, yeah, I really wanted it to be, like, a small casual update, you know? I wanted it to be a small casual update on how I'm feeling on the thing. So, yeah, whether or not anything actually happens just kind of depends on what happens, I guess, but I just wanted to update everybody, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah! That's pretty much it. Yeah. Thank you for listening to my tangents. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think it's probably about everything. I don't really want to leave the stream off on like a super serious note, but I also think I might be ready for a break because I cannot focus on anything right now, and I'm still recovering from the cold, so I should probably head off in a couple of minutes. Yeah. But whatever you do in the future, we're gonna support you, Rebbi. Thank you. Yeah. I mean, I might even just be staying here. I don't know. But, yeah. Yeah. It's just if opportunities present themselves, I might consider them. That's basically the update. Chances are I might not even, like, nothing might change at all. But I just wanted to update Tadpoles. Just have it somewhere, you know? Yeah. But anyway though, yeah, my throat is starting to hurt now too. I think I've used up all my yap energy for the day, so I should probably head off. Thank you everybody for coming. Thank you for hanging with me while I made thumbnails. Thank you for listening to me yap. Yeah. Just make sure to leave hints for us to find you if you ever change personas. I could try my best, but honestly, I can't guarantee that I could do that because it really depends on like how it is and stuff. Cause you're not really supposed to say like, you don't want to be too on the nose about it, right? You're not supposed to confirm anything, so it would kind of depend. If I could, like, I don't know. I don't want to say anything. I don't know. That would be kind of hard to do. But honestly, I would just say like keep your eyes and stuff open. But again, this isn't me saying like that anything is happening. I just want to be like super clear that I just wanted to basically say I'd be more open if something like was offered to me. I'd be open to considering it. I don't want this to be taken as like she's going somewhere, because like as of right now, no. Nothing has changed behind the scenes. It's just my feelings have changed. That I'd be more open to it. So I really don't want the conversation to be taken as something more seriously than it is. But yeah, I'm not good at talking about something in like a, you know, I get passionate about VTuber subjects, so I always start talking about it a ton. I feel like I make it sound like it's more serious and more certain than it is. So just trying to be straight. But yeah, in any case, we'll definitely discover you by your voice. Yeah, I would say like that would be your best bet. If it did happen, big if, that would be the best bet. Yeah, I don't want to get in trouble by promising like, oh wow, you know, leave like little crumbs to where I'm gonna go, you know. But yeah, that's pretty much everything. I should probably head off before I like push myself too hard. I feel like I'm already getting there, honestly. I think I need to get off and take a break. I will get my waiting rooms up. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. We got the watch-alongs tomorrow, so I'll be streaming again tomorrow. I'll see you guys there for the regular watch-along. Please come by if you're able to. It'd be nice to see you. And I will see you guys soon. Bye-bye, guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.